All right. We got two Stevens to recap.
Ah, shit. Okay. Alright. Yes.
Yep.
Mindful education.
Whoo, brother.
Do you guys think the butterflies were a reference to Utna, the movie? Getting ahead of ourselves.
Probably.
Yeah, probably. Oh, yeah, the cabbage.
The cabbage moths.
The cabbage moths. Yeah, because they're parasites.
Yeah. Well, next episode.
That song was
Stevani's-
amazing, though.
It was good.
Is that the second time we hear Estelle
That's the
sing?
first time. That's the second time Garnet's had her own, like,
Song.
major song. After the one.
Stronger than you.
Yeah.
It
I mean, she's sung in other songs. Like, she's sung in, like...
I mean, We Are the Crystal Gems.
Yeah, the theme song.
Yeah.
Um,
Like, Love and Death and... Wait, no.
Life and Death and Love and Birth and
Love and
Peace
Birth
War
and
on the
Peace and
Planet
War
Earth.
in the end. Yeah, she sung in that one.
So in this one, Connie and Steven are doing training. Connie's real bummed about something. They do Stevani training to show to Garnet, who's just the psychest mom about it.
Their sign.
Like she's
She makes an earth sign.
a cool soccer mom who, if need be, will suplex the referee if she doesn't do a call when her baby gets fouled. Man, I would love to see Garnet do like a German suplex on somebody, just
Yes.
straight up Alex from Street Fighter backdrop.
Yes.
Just wrestle.
Wrestle.
Do all the great grapples. Potemkin Buster.
Stevie, I mean, maybe we don't have time for this. Steven Universe Fighting Game, who do you main?
I don't know.
I mean,
It's too hard.
Stevani.
Right?
I mean, are fusions in it? I guess Stevani would be, but like,
Yeah, Stevani would be cool to main
There
as.
wouldn't be like a fusion mechanic, obviously. That doesn't make any sense.
Yeah.
But like,
No,
fuse-
they
it would be like
It would be like the DBZ games.
exactly.
Yeah.
We're just every variations in there, and there may be a size limitation, like maybe not Alexandra,
No.
but probably Opal.
I mean, even Opal's really big. Because we like...
She's a
Opal's
giant
Opal's
woman.
she's too big for Smash.
Anyway.
We find and it fucks up their fusion, and because Connie's got this thing bothering her, they can't focus, and they actually start to hallucinate. It's a side effect of a poorly synced fusion. And we learned that like when Connie tells Steven what's wrong, it's like I accidentally beat up a kid. Like he bumped into me, and my combat instincts took control. And
She did a sweet throw on that kid.
she completely judo through him.
It was rad.
And she felt really shitty about it because he didn't do anything.
No. But
And-
she was like, oh no, and she ran away.
And what Steven and Connie say to her is like, you just gotta not think about it, and you gotta try to ignore it and get
That's what
past it.
Steven says.
That's what
He's
Steven
like,
said. And then Garnet's like, hold the phone, now give me the phone.
Bring the phone to me.
Soccer mom time. And there's this really cool song sequence. They have a song called Here Comes the Thought, which is about addressing the painful thoughts that you have in your mind and coming to accept them so that you can move past them, and very much not ignoring them.
Which is a
and the-
great sentiment.
Yeah.
Fucking
Those,
fucking impossible, but okay.
those sequences were guest storyboarded by Takafumi Hori, who works for
Trigger.
Studio Trigger.
Yeah.
Which you can kind of tell, because I didn't really like make this connection, even though we kind of did an episode about Studio Trigger. But they're really good at feelings and crying. They're just as good at like action as they are at crying.
Yeah, it's
They
really
go
good.
all out with the waterworks, man. It's like just like
So
getting
Connie,
dehydrated.
because of that, Connie's able to work past her thing. She talks to this kid and is like, I apologized. He understood. He wants me to teach him judo, so that'll be cool. And then they go back, they try to do the training
That
again.
way Connie can have another friend.
Yeah. They do the training again, and this time they have the same problem, but it's on Steven's side.
Because all that talking about, like, bad thoughts you don't want to think about reminded him of his bad thoughts he didn't want to think about. Which is everything that happened in the previous season, more or less.
Yeah. We see him hallucinate Bismuth and Jasper and Eyeball, and then
apparently, Steven never told Connie about those incidents. because normally Steven would tell Connie everything.
Yeah, but it's too hard for him
like,
to...
Connie, while in Stevani, was like, who's that? And then, so I was like, oh, Steven. What did Connie... Remember that whole scene at the season finale, first season? Connie's like, you gotta tell me this shit. You gotta tell me.
Enjoy having that stuck in your head for the next week and a half, everybody.
So they hallucinate, and they fall off the platform arena.
And the Spirited Away happens.
Spirited Away happens, and like I did like that line where like Connie was like, "It's okay," and Steven's like, "No, it's not okay." And
it's fucking hard, and I can't do it.
And Connie was like, "Well, I mean, not the stuff that happened. I'm not saying that's okay. I'm saying that thinking about it is okay. Thinking about it isn't gonna change anything other than how you feel about what happened." But like I did sort of like that dynamic, because when I was, watching the song, it was very pretty, it was very sweet, and it definitely is something that works, but it definitely works better for smaller things, like with Connie's problem, which was something that had a very obvious solution. It was very much like a kid problem, like you do something and you don't know how to make up for it. Whereas Steven's problems are on a much different level. For one thing, they've been building up. Another thing, the reason why he feels the way he does is because he did try to fix it, and it didn't work, despite his best efforts. And it's, and it's sort of been building, all this shit's kind of been building up, like Steven and his weird feelings about his mom, like when Eyeball and Bismuth and Jasper, like, become a big butterfly monster of Rose, like, looking really sinister and mean. It's all about his, like, insecurity about, like, who he's supposed to be, and, like, this legacy that seems like, at first he was proud to be a part of, and now it's, like, this terrible, ugly burden that he just doesn't know how to talk about. Because he doesn't really have anybody to talk about it. I guess other than Connie, which he didn't want to talk to. And even then, the way that the episode ends, it's not that, like, oh, he's gotten over all his issues. It just means that was able to sort of move through them with the help of being Stevani. Like, I don't think we're done with any of these things.
Absolutely
It's not like with Connie where she could go and fix it and then feel way better. Like, even facing those traumas, facing it the first time is just the first step. You have to, like, face it
He
a
can't
lot.
even make amends to these people he's hurt because they're dead.
Right.
Well, Bismuth isn't. And Eyeball is recoverable if you have the infinite improbability drive.
I don't know.
She'll be fine.
But it's all about, like, him being Rose. Like, is he Steven? Is he Rose? Like, I feel like he's gonna get to a point where he's gonna, like, confront his dad and be like, "Dad, why did Mom want to make me?" Because it's complicated. Like, I definitely understand his inability to talk about it and his inability to face it. Because he's normally not the kind of person to push things under the surface and pretend they don't exist. With all of the other people in Beach City, like how we see in Future Boy Zoltron, he's all about, like, putting things out in the opening and helping relationships move forward and be honest. But with his particular issues, they're, like, just too big and impossible for him. He really doesn't know how to handle it. I don't know.
I think you're absolutely right.
Like, that was my thing with the song. Maybe I'm just very cynical about getting over shit. You kind of have to want to get over things before you can do it. That I was just sort of like, yeah, that's nice and everything, but that's not going to get you through trauma. Just through just the moment. And I guess that's what you have to do, is just, like, try to get through each moment without letting the trauma take over. Is, I guess, what it's about.
I mean, what else do you start with?
I guess that's what you start with.
Wouldn't know. Anyway.
I mean, I wouldn't want to talk about, like, I don't know, it just doesn't, it doesn't feel like enough for me. I don't know. But that's, like, a very personal thing. Which is, it kind of does prevent me from falling in love with the song as much as everyone else does. It doesn't satisfy me as an answer. Anyway.
It's very important to me that Stevani hovers like Yoshi.
That is very important.
I mean, the way that Yoshi hovers is already very important to me because he's got the most believable double jump in any video game, and that he's just struggling to stay in the air.
Yeah. Stevani had a great look.
That wasn't it. That was Yoshi taking a shit.
Yeah, that was.
Next is Future Boy Zoltron.
Yeah.
Which, the name says a lot of things, and none of them are what it is.
As usual with Steven Universe titles.
Out of all the things that this title sounds like, what it's referring to the most is Zoltar, the fortune teller from Big. The video where a child fucks a grown woman. That movie where a child fucks a grown woman by stealing Tom Hanks' body.
I mean, if you get in the 80s,
Did
that
they
was
really
the best
have
strategy.
sex?
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh shit.
Yeah, he got bigged and then he had sex with his teacher.
Oh.
Can you? I don't.
Did he unbigify?
I think immediately afterwards, and it was like, womp womp, it's the 80s.
No, it wasn't immediately afterwards because the whole plot was trying to get him to change back.
All right.
I
haven't
don't know
seen
how
this
to process
movie, and
this
I probably can't.
Because there's a bunch of awkward scenes for different reasons where like he has to like go to school and track down his best friend and convince him like, no, I'm your best friend who's a kid. I just look like this creepy man you don't know. And then they have to the kid like buys, like he believes him, he convinces him. And so there's a bunch of awkward like buddy dialogue moments, like with Tom Hanks being really real with this child, and like they're both just kind of playing off of each other like they're the same age. And I'm like, good acting. This is weird though.
I did not know about the sex thing. Like they actually like
Mabim Bam has screamed about this like
they
6 different
actually
times.
sexed all the way.
I mean, like
They all the way to sex?
I mean, there's not an explicit sex scene. It's a kid's movie.
Inarguable.
Do they just kiss? It's more than
I think
just...
their shirts get messed up and shit. Steven Universe.
Okay.
And you're just like, no, we're not. We're still talking about Big. All right.
This is too big.
Yeah. I mean, Future Boy Conan is also one of Sugar has cited as one of her biggest influences. And then, of course, Voltron is also in there, but it's just like the name. It's just evocative. And in this episode, Mr. Smiley sets up a Zoltar machine with Future Boy Zoltron, who's a fortune teller from the future and a robot. It's like all the shit.
Yeah.
And Steven accidentally breaks it, so he's got to be Future Boy Zoltron standing in the thing, giving fortunes to everybody who walks up. But since he knows them, he can tell them exactly what they need to hear.
Right.
Such as, hey, fucking go to work.
It makes you better people and furthers your relationship.
But what happens where it becomes an issue is that we see a new guy show up.
Who Steven's never met before, so he doesn't know what to tell him.
Yeah,
And on top of it, he's the saddest man.
He's like a sad Paul McCartney.
I was gonna say Neil Gaiman.
No, yeah, that's more. Is he British?
No.
Neil Gaiman's extremely English.
Oh, he is?
Yeah, he's the most English man. Have you never heard him speak? Oh my god, I love his accent.
I guess I haven't.
Yeah, it's just sad Neil Gaiman. I mean, I imagine Neil Gaiman has some sadness in him, but it's not his defining trait like this fucking guy. This fucking guy whose name we learn later is Quentin Frowny. And he's come to Beach City to talk to somebody. He's like, should I even bother? What should I even do? And Steven's giving him these fortune cookie answers because he's got nothing. And
because he doesn't want to like blow his cover.
Yeah. Or fuck it up for this guy. Garnet happens to show up there. He's like, oh, I wish I had future vision. Yeah, I can give you the future vision. How did you know that I needed future vision? Future vision. Mm-hmm. So she gives him the future vision, and like he goes through a bunch of scenarios, and like everything he says ends bad. Because this guy's just such a mope.
I've been there.
Yep. And the what we find out is that he was looking for Mr. Smiley.
Yep.
And that Mr. Smiley used to be a comedian that doesn't like to talk about it. And these guys were comedy partners as Mr. Smiley and Mr. Frowny. And it didn't work out. And so they've been estranged from each other for probably decades. They do meet up and reconcile, and they do a bit of their bit, and their bit is great.
Yeah.
It's actually very English.
It's a pretty good bit, yeah.
It's very English for misery to be considered a human constant.
Yeah.
Just an intrinsic part of the human experience is to feel sad all the time.
Yep.
He was voiced by Brian George, who is he's from a bunch of different places, but he lived in England for a long time. He's been on stuff I don't care about, but there's something that he did that we know. He was Guru Pathak in Avatar: The Last Airbender.
Oh, dope.
And he was Duff Killigan.
Whoa.
Yeah, he does look South Asian.
He
a
was
little bit.
born in Jerusalem to parents of Iraqi descent, and
Okay, I was totally
his mother
off
was
base.
born in India. His father was born in
Okay,
Lebanon.
I wasn't off base.
Yeah. His
Like-
he's all kinds of things.
What a cool.
He does a lot of Indian roles.
Yeah.
He was apparently Alfred Pennyworth in that Killing Joke movie that I don't want to see.
Well, he was really funny in this.
Yeah, it was great stuff.
Because Garnet gives Steven the future vision, and like in all the possibilities Steven could see was just him sad. Him sad and it not working out.
But it does work out, by, communication and just really, really making it work, and it's sweet.
It is. And then Steven has to be Future Boy Zoltron forever.
Yeah, now Steven's an indentured servant, and that'll be the rest of the show.
Great. I can't wait. I can't wait for the next several seasons of Future Boys Ultron.
Yay.
The next episode is one that I've been looking forward to for a long time based on its title alone. Last One Out of Beach City.
Like the movie?
I think so. And then after that, we have Tiger Philanthropist and Gem Harvest.
Which are both going to air on the same day, apparently.
Oh!
Dope.
Oh, Tiger Philanthropist is not going to be what anybody thought it was. I'm calling that now.
The original Tiger Millionaire wasn't.
But it's not going to be even a retread of that. I bet his that character's going to show up for a bit, and then plush shit's going to happen.
Probably.
Yes.
We're gonna get no.
Like that was a
again.
character episode. I'm expecting a plot episode.
Okay.
Yeah.
Otherwise, why would they put two there?
Yeah. That's true. That's true. They only do doubles when it's important.
Yeah, like Peridot did mention something about you're going to harvest me? So we still don't know what that is.
Yeah, Gem Harvest sounds like a heavy episode. I bet the Tiger Philanthropist is going to start out sounding like it's. I bet.
I really hope Amethyst convinces Pearl to go wrestling with her.
Yeah. Now I've learned that I can't predict what these episodes are going to be about, but my assumption is that Tiger Philanthropist is going to be like on the run, where it's going to start out really cute, and then it's going to get heavy.
Yeah.
I guess.
That's what I feel like that one's going to do.
I mean, I would love to see Steven rehash his wrestling persona and reinvent it. That would be fun.
Yeah. Oh, this guy was also this Brian George guy. He was also Professor Pig in Beware the Batman. That's why he's so familiar.
Beware.
All right. That were you able to watch any Star, Tooch?
Oh yeah.
If
No,
not,
I'm caught up. What up, homies?
Oh, really? I'm not gonna.
We're not caught up, but I do want to talk about Star with Tooch. Well, this is our last opportunity. Tooch, does it feel like it's a lot weirder to you now?
Definitely they opened strongly. They opened pretty weird. But I feel like they're starting to get back into a groove. Like they're doing that. They're doing more of that foreshadowing thing, but now it's all about, Ludo coming back up from the events of Ludo in the Wild.
I love that one. Nikki
yeah,
thinks it was weird. I thought it was brilliant.
I think it's both.
I mean, I wasn't ready for it, is the thing.
Who was? America wasn't.
America just wasn't.
America's
ready.
not ready for Ludo. But that's okay, because much like Pitbull, he is worldwide. No, that was a crazy episode, and then the fact that they kept that, like, it was such a weird singular moment, but like, nope, it's the story now. Like, we're just gonna keep going. He's just gonna ride this spider right through this season.
Yeah.
Yep.
I love it.
I haven't seen this episode yet, but I did see the preview image for Star Sitting.
Oh, it's so good.
Which involves all the services she provides as a babysitter. One of those services is Boops.
Boops. She's babysitting buff frogs, the tadpoles.
Oh, that guy.
And they're just little tadpoles in little egg sacs. But they still find room for shenanigans. It's really good. It's one of those episodes where the second episode in the block is what Buff Frog was doing while they were doing that.
Oh, cool.
Cute.
I love that shit.
Yeah, the last one we saw was Fetch.
Yeah. Okay. Yep. No, that one is a weird one.
That one is very weird.
With the dog?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That,
I like it though. I like that
the
they're
dog.
taking...
Those are very funny dog
I
jokes,
like that
though.
they're taking advantage. Like, okay, we got a second season. Let's just like go do
Brains are
experimental
going nuts.
things. Yeah.
But, like, just the idea of like her approaching the dog and it growling, but not actually being any more aggressive than that. But you don't know. That's a very dog thing.
That's such a dog thing. Oh man, very good. Like that sentient dog pretending to be a dog was more of a relatable dog than the real dogs that are the laser puppies.
Yeah.
Okay, I was like, where is this guy gonna land? It's like you're a gymnast coming off of the parallel bars. It's like he might land on his neck.
Like, Belt was like, Marco's fucking karate teacher. He's like the worst person.
Oh yeah, that was a pretty good one.
I was
Just
like, how the hell did Marco get this good at karate? Going to a place like this.
I mean, hey, you don't necessarily have to know what you're teaching. Maybe he's like, maybe that's his only calling is teaching, but he's too much of a schmuck to even realize it.
I did also appreciate Goth Star
Yeah.
and Mr. Candle Cares and her whole like, I don't want to be a queen.
The resolution to that episode, that was such a good anticlimax. Like, that episode just petered out in, like, the best way, where it just, like, sort of went with Marco and Tom just ended up having a real dialogue.
Yeah.
Because, like, Tom kind of realized, like, oh, this guy's, like, I can't do anything to this guy, because I actually end up killing him for real. Like,
Yeah, like...
Marco just took the wind out of his sails, and it's like, I'm done.
Because Marco just isn't bothered by that kind of crap.
And yeah, he's a weenie. I love him.
He's more bothered by weenie things, like if his shirt is folded right.
Now, in that episode, they actually called it the ship Starco. Like, Starco is platonic. We have confirmation.
Yeah.
On her Twitter, Darren Nefsey called the ship Marar, which is what I'm going with. Is that like? Can you confirm Starco? Do you mean Marar?
Star on Wheels was weird too.
Yeah, it was like it started out like, okay, Star learns how to ride a bicycle. This will be hilarious. Why are we doing this stuff now?
Are we going Oscar's car?
I loved, like...
And Glossaric with the chili dog?
Now
and
that,
the invisible whatever.
I just sort of, like, slam jammed these. Now that we're actually talking about what each individual episode was, it's all just starting to dawn on me, like, this season is fucking great.
I love how
So
weird
far.
it is.
Yeah.
I think it's finding more of an identity by being really weird. And I don't know, I think it's important for a show to, like, stretch its legs and do different stuff.
Absolutely. And every character is still, like, there's no...
No one's out of character.
Yeah, nothing's out of character. Nothing's changed drastically. It's still the same show, and it's just building off of itself in a really nice, fluid way.
What I almost feel like is, if you remember that joke from, I believe it was St. Olga's, where there were the Star's legs under the carpet and it was different. She's like, I don't know how they got there. I feel like this whole season is a lot more of that.
It's that scene, just a whole season in that scene. Oh, that's still the best joke, though. I can't get over
Like,
that.
Star is just so spacey.
Oh, yeah, I love her as a character. She's so...
Yeah.
She's got everything going on. I love her.
I love her too, yeah. Can't wait to catch up and watch more. It's
Yeah,
updating
it's actually...
basis.
Yeah, we're actually in the middle of about a month-long hiatus. The last episode was August 15th, and it comes back on the 12th.
Cool. Yeah, I noticed a lot of cartoons are coming back either mid to late September. No, like I was like, where the hell is Clarence Band? And it's coming back like September.
Once they can get that after-school shit again.
Something and Bears.
Everybody's busy right now. Everybody's getting their shit back together.
Yeah.
Or they're not. School doesn't exist anymore because of Pokemon Go. Anyway. That's recaps. Now, we got a lot of shout-outs since our last episode, and I wish we had time to talk about everything, but we simply don't. I do want to mention as many people by names as I can. We got a lot of really, really positive, or supportive response, I suppose, to Tooch leaving the show. I don't know if anybody, like Tooch, was anybody on your case on, like, a personal, DMing you?
Absolutely not. I got several messages on my personal Tumblr too. Basically the same sentiment. Very, very supportive. Very very understanding in ways that I didn't anticipate. And I thank everybody for just.
Yeah, but sad to see it go, right?
Yeah, no one's been like, man, get out of here.
Dead weight down the toilet.
And like,
here we go.
Even me, the person choosing to make this decision, like even I'm not like that. This is very bittersweet for me. This is something that that I more or less feel like has to happen. I don't want it to, but them's the breaks in this rough and tumble career path I've chosen. And I told you guys this before, but I haven't said it public on the show. I do want to, like, I am more than open to guesting every now and again. If something really
we would love to
fancy.
have you. We would love to have you back on occasionally.
Yeah.
And actually, we should talk about this because Nina and I kind of came to this conclusion recently.
Sure.
Very recently.
When Tooch broke the news to us, we were entertaining the idea that the show would end with this episode.
Yeah, I pretty much had come to that conclusion. Like, okay, fine, whatever.
I do think Tooch is kind of fundamentally irreplaceable for the dynamic of the show we've got, but the main thing that really solidified me was the outpouring of positive responses, not just, to what Tooch said, but to the show in general, and I feel like we got to keep doing it. So it's going to be primarily Nina and I with a lot of guests, like starting off with just friends of the show.
This chair is now rotating.
Yeah, and not necessarily every episode. Like we're gonna really play it by ear, I think, for at least for a little bit.
We know next episode we're definitely gonna do Kubo, just the two of us.
Yeah.
And then we have some friends who would be really good matches for very specific shows that we want to do. We also have that interview we haven't done yet.
Yeah, with the creators of Barefoot Bandits. There'll be less overtalk now.
And we can try relaunching the... Well, we never launched it in the first place. The Patreon.
we gotta re-solidify our footing before we can do that.
Yeah, I think so.
I'm just looking through some of the emails. We got stuff from... I don't want to give out total names, like Kyle...
whatever they address it as.
David. They didn't give their names, so I'm just going to say Z here.
Scarlet Witch Queen sent us a message on Tumblr.
Laura... Duffia, who we did that RPG with at MagFest.
Oh, yeah.
Who said he's actually integrating magical girls into that game.
Yes!
I had the idea for a thing that I just don't have the skills to realize, but a magical girl mecha fusion thing where their magical girl powers what powers the mecha.
For those that don't know what we're talking about, he has a tabletop role playing game he's sort of building called Gygar Gun, the Monster World RPG. Look it up. It's got a website with facts and stuff on it. We played it. We played a test run of it. It was very fun.
Yeah, I'm normally I do like tabletop games when I get into it, but I'm a little slow to be enthusiastic about them. But I would be immediately excited to play a tabletop game about magical girls.
We got a really nice email from Mark, who included a picture of him and his sister cosplaying as a lion and Rose Quartz. Super, super cute. And talking about their 10-year-old sister and how they watch cartoons with them and have that younger person.
Yay, that sounds like the best.
Apparently, the new Powerpuff Girls is... So the stuff that's working with... the kids that they work with is new Powerpuff Girls, Teen Titans Go, Elena of Avalor. That's cool.
Yeah, I'm a little... I was pretty excited about that. I saw the dolls in the toy store the other day, and I was like, yes! It's very exciting.
We got one from Joey. our buddy Edgar the blacksmith, Jimmy, who what I liked about this is that he agreed, he sympathized with me on the Utna episode. He's like, I also did not get it.
Yeah, even after reading my chapter on it, my thesis, Nick was just like,
this is above me. I cannot do this.
April, Blue Tea 32, wanted us to give another special birthday shout out to her sister.
No, this is a sister. This person is April's sibling.
Oh.
So they wanted to shout out April for her birthday.
Oh.
She's an OG fan from way back.
Oh, yeah, totally.
So yeah, happy birthday, April.
Happy birthday, April.
Happy B-Day.
Sorry we missed you in LA, but it wasn't our fault. It wasn't yours either, but she got sick.
Yeah, I know.
That honestly sounds like a strong bad delivery. Like, oh, wasn't my fault. You got sick.
We got a nice message from Tim on SoundCloud. Just a really nice outpouring of support that really has solidified, at least for me, my desire to keep doing this. And it's going to be, I think it's going to be a little rocky as we kind of reestablish what we do.
It's going to be really rocky. I after we recorded our last episode, I had my birthday, and then I traveled to New York to start looking for apartments. So I didn't really think about Toon Goons at all. And then as soon as my mom picked me up from the bus stop, when I came back, she was just talking about all the emails that she
read on my computer, which we can dive into that later.
And it was like, Amina, you have to do it. You can't stop. And I was like, okay, Mom.
I mean, obviously we've had the trio thing going from the start, but I've always felt that you two have an amazing, lifelong dynamic.
We do, and I almost feel like my main worry is it's too insular.
I mean, I feel like once I move out, it'll get stronger because that'll be my weekly talk with my brother about whatever's going on, and I won't know everything we won't know everything that's happening in each other's lives all the time. We won't be talking every day. So our opinions might get a little bit different when we're not so close.
Yeah.
I am looking forward to seeing how it changes when that happens. I'm doing my darndest to move out. It's fucking hard to look for apartments when you don't live in that state.
Yeah. Let alone city. Now, our next episode, there is going to be a bit of a gap before it comes out because I am going to be gone all weekend, and we do need to, who knows how long Nina's going to be in this house. I don't want it to be longer than 2 weeks, but
I really hope I can get out soon.
There is going to be a bit of a restructuring.
I know I'm going to New York again, hopefully next week, because I need to do my thesis defense. But my professors haven't got on that shit yet, so I'm like, maybe I need to travel before
if you fuckos are listening to this, get on that shit. But yeah, so just expect a slight delay in the next episode, but I don't want it to be a big thing. In the meantime, if you want to contact us, you can find all the ways to do that by just doing a Google search for the Toon Goons. Our SEO is good enough where we're actually all the fucking shit is on the top page.
iTunes, Facebook, SoundCloud, Twitter, Gmail, Tumblr.
Yep. That's it, right?
Yeah.
We've been going for 240 minutes. This is the 100th episode. It's a big deal.
Yeah, totally.
Thanks to everybody for sticking with us for so long.
Yeah, it's kind of crazy
and
to think about.
And thanks for committing to stick with us for longer if you did. I don't know your life. Anyway, I've been Nikki.
I've been Nina.
And I will always continue to be Tooch.
Thank you for tuning in.
Hit it, Homestar!
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And now the love that lasts forever has come to its end.